phrase kids these days. I always thought it was hogwash, but now that I'm up with the age ladder, it rings true. When I think of the nonsensical shit that I've been through, but half of the stuff they do now I didn't do. You offer me bath salts, respond like a kidding fool. It was much more innocent back when I was a little dude. There was nobody lunatic enough to shoot up the middle school. It must be the big generation gap, cause I've been mature, but I still can relate to the way they act. You can blame it on bad parenting, lack of tough love, or society, technology, or all of the above. But maybe they're just young in a world that's much scarier. Maybe I'm just bitter and old with an age barrier. Kids will be kids, the rowdiness I can hack it. I ain't gonna storm driven like stop with all that racket. Cause it's the modern-day culture, but mine is modest that worries me most. I find it hard to accept the truth, but I'm learning to cope. The burden that's breaking my heart and hurt of my soul. But when I gaze in my daughter's eyes, they're burning with hope. So I'm determined to nurture her, teach her right, so she doesn't slip into darkness before she sees the light. So she doesn't fall into the traps and the pits in an evil plight. So she doesn't fall into the traps and the pits in an evil plight.
When I was just a youngster, I recall hearing grown folks say the phrase
kids these days.
Now that I'm older, I can see the path is theirs to pave. We'll show them the way. The kids these days. The kids these days. The kids these days. The kids these days.
These kids need memes to tell you how they feel. When I was a young lad, all I had was a pad and a pen of steel. I walked through blizzards just to smoke a cigarette, and my video games were 8-bit, and I wish that they had stayed like that. It's sad to me they no longer know the meaning of the word touch, unless it comes from screens on iPhones that they use at lunch. That'll change soon when phones are implanted into corneas. Blink twice to tweet about the latest fashion or what's annoying ya. I'm an old guy, remember CDs in long boxes. Now they download one song from an album when they love an artist. Hashtag everything their trends last a day. Now the army is recruiting through first-person shooter games, and they wonder why elementary schools are getting shot up when kids don't socialize outside of the confines of a plastic box. They just can't empathize when people are nothing but Facebook images. Feelings are emoticons and most of us are indifferent.
When I was just a youngster, I recall hearing grown folks say the phrase
kids these days.
Now that I'm older, I can see the path is theirs to pave. We'll show them the way. The kids these days. The kids these days.